Hey Blackie, how you doing? This is Blackie Gejeian. I'm Scott Whitaker, and Blackie's a real legend in hot rodding. In fact, he won the Amber Award, which is America's Most Beautiful Roadster, in 1955, and he happens to also run a very exclusive show that by invitation only. And how many years are we working on now, Blackie?
Going on 49.
Going on 49 years. So next year will be 49.
49.
And that's in March?
That's in March.
Okay, it's officially Blackie Gejeian's Fresno Autorama.
Autorama.
Yeah, so we're looking about, how many people in this room are older than 49, okay? And he's had a car show consecutive 49 years. So 50 years is going to be a big party, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So how do you go about picking what roadsters you're going to invite to this show?
Well, Scott, you know, when you cover all the shows from San Diego clear into the Detroit show and all the indoor and outdoor shows, the way I put my show together now for the last 49 years is that I'm very particular on the quality of the car and the concept of the car, because you want people to come in to see your show that see something different every year. In fact, this year, by going through the SEMA show looking for cars for next year, I came across Scott's car here. I asked Scott, I'd like to have this car at my show. And although he's clear from a city clear across the country, but if he can ever make it, we'd love to have him down. But in my car show, by bringing different type of cars and going back to old type hot rod history, is the people bring them up to date in order to see cars that were built back in the 40s and the 50s. Very important, because the old timers, in fact, my hands, George Barris's hands, or anybody's hands have been pounding metal and putting lead on in the early days. Today they've got the computer, and all you have to do is dial in on the computer, and if you don't like the color, you can change it. You don't like the body style, you can change it. And there's so many different things that happened in the early days, but the technology today, in fact, even coming here to Scott's car, I mean, I've been 62 years on the road looking at cars clear back from day one, from parking lots up to right up here to the SEMA show today in 2007. In order to see a concept car like this coming out different with beautiful wired Dayton wheels that he made himself in order to come out, everybody's got something different they want to do. And if you even notice this car, even the design in the paint, if you've seen Bugattis many years ago, you'll see the design of something, a little bit of Bugatti, and you'll see different types of things if you know the cars clear back from the history from the early days. So it's very important. But going back again to the early hot rod situation, well, I started back in the early 40s, and I got to thank Wally Parks, which has passed away lately, but when Wally Parks came in 1953 and put the first logo of their logo on my windshield, him and Barbara, at the Grand National Roadster Show in 1953, I was very proud to have that logo of the National Hot Rod for Wally Parks as NHRA. And it's important that the early days, because I was strictly a street drag racing was my game. No matter who came along, I chose him. I wanted to make sure that I beat him, but it was on the road. But with Wally Parks coming along and bringing NHRA drag racing in to keep us guys like today off the streets and safe on a good drag strip where you should be, where you got hospitalization or whatever you need. So I want to say one thing. This person right here, I mean, you can't stop from not noticing him, because every time I open one of the magazines, he's looking right at me. And it's beautiful to have a relationship with people like this as a businessman, and a person still loves to be in hot rodding. So I'm certainly happy, because I'd never met Scott before, and being a good old hot rodder, I'm happy to meet him and the crew that's trying to take us where we have to say about hot rodding. And everybody out there that's working on a hot rod, remember one thing: if you got any children or not, kind of give them a little bit of look about a car. If you can keep his mind occupied and make him understand what it's all about, and maybe you can keep him on the right road, about going on the left road of drugs or whatever you have to do. Keep him busy in the shop. I started back when I was 12 years old, driving a Model A out in my dad's vineyard. And from that starting, you're driving out without no driver's license in the dirt, but then it taught me a lot of things of respect of a car too. And then when I built my first hot rod, and the first time I ditched a cop, I knew I already done wrong. So there's a lot of history about old drag racing. So and old hot rods. And
well, Blackie, we appreciate very much those words. I do appreciate it. I mean, this guy is the original old hot rodder right here. And so it's great to have this conversation. You know, I appreciate getting to talk to you.
Thank you.
For the hubgarage.com, thank you very much.
I want to thank the crew for taking time to even listen to us. Thank you.